Welcome back to a limited edition, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you around my 1999 Lexus LS400 that I have decided to sell. Let's get started. Well, ladies and gents, as the title says, I'm selling my 99 Lexus LS400. I just kind of wanted to show you around this car a little bit and talk about all the stuff that I did to it, which is sort of insanity. I kind of went overboard a little bit with service and maintenance, and it's one of those financially irresponsible decisions on my part, you know, investing so much money into an old car that's really not worth that much money. But I'll kind of go over today some of the major stuff that I did to it, and some of the brief history of the car, so maybe put the potential buyer's mind at ease. I did a couple of videos with this car in the past, not really in great detail, but I bought this car from the original owner in California, who bought it brand new, and it was in good, decent cosmetic condition. Mechanically, there really wasn't much done to it in terms of service. So basically, when I started driving the car every day, all the problems started to get magnified. So I had to fix a lot of issues, mechanical issues with the car that were sort of neglected over the years. And I have a stack of receipts. I'll show it to you in a minute, totaling approximately about $37,000. I didn't really, add every cent, every dollar, but it's somewhere in that range, plus the cost of the car, the cost of shipping it from California, et cetera, et cetera. So my investment is somewhere close to 50 grand, and it's, I know it's ridiculous. So, but one of the first things that I did when the car came in, obviously it's being black. I don't think the paint was ever corrected or polished or buffed in this car. So I did the two-stage paint correction, and then I PPF'd the entire car. So the entire car is PPF'd aside from the doors. 4 doors are not, but everything else on the car has PPF on it. Now, PPF is one of those things that it starts to age too, even though it's only barely a year old. But it does have some imperfections, some staining in the film if you don't wash it right away. So that's just the deal with PPF, and the cost of PPF alone was more than what I paid for the car itself. It's not cheap, and the reason it's not cheap is because since the car is so old, there's really no patterns for most of these companies to kind of cut out, because most newer cars have patterns they can put in a plotter. The plotter cuts out the little pattern for them to apply, so all this had to be custom made. So that's where the cost was, and then the entire car, the entire front end, the headlights, the side markers, all that stuff has been PPF'd. The windshield has like a screen protector on it, as you can see, so to prevent it from chipping and cracking. This is an original Toyota windshield that I bought. It was a replacement because when the car came in, it had a little chip, and because this car is old. A lot of parts are difficult to find now. Some of the stuff that I bought from the dealer was basically like the last one in the country, and I brought this car back to life, and it's in phenomenal condition for its age. Some of the other things that I did, it has brand new Michelin Premier tires on it. The wheels, I purchased a re-chromed set of wheels from a company in California. And the car does come with its original set of wheels. The chrome was a little bit tired on them. I purchased 4 brand new Lexus original center caps. The side markers are brand new OEM stuff. And a lot of the mechanical stuff was done to the car. And just go over some of the major items. I had to, let me show you under the hood. When I first got the car, it was pissing power steering fluid from every hole. So the long story short is that I have replaced every single aspect of the power steering system, the pump, the rack, the lines, the clamps, the hoses, the valves, you name it, it was replaced, it was done. So there are no more leaks in the power steering system, and there's no more leaks at all in this car. I took care of a couple of little O-rings here and there that were leaking, so that was done. All the filters are new. All the fluids have been flushed, every single one, including the transmission fluid and filter, all that has been done, the differential, brake fluid, coolant, all that stuff. I have replaced a complete throttle body assembly on this vehicle. It's all brand new. This was the last one in the country. It's a complete assembly that comes with all the sensors and stuff. It has a new radiator, OEM. Everything was OEM. There's no aftermarket parts on this car whatsoever. It has a remanufactured rack and pinion, obviously with alignment and all that stuff has been done. When I first got the car, I took it to the dealership to do the timing belt. So all of the timing belts were done. The water pump was done. Obviously the coolant was flushed. All the drive belts, all of that has been replaced. So these were kind of some of the major things that I did, and then it was the little stuff here and there, and that's what happens with older cars. They start to at some point, you know, nickel and diming you. The interior is pretty clean in this car. It's not perfect, obviously. It's an older car, but here's the stack of my receipts from the dealership. There's a lot of air conditioning work done to the car. The evaporator was replaced. Did a lot of suspension work as well, control arms, sway bar bushings and whatnot. I also replaced the speedometer with the OEM one, the gauge itself, and the tachometer, because it's a typical Lexus sticky needles. What happens is that when you first start the car, the needles get stuck at 0, and then once you get going, they kind of come back to life. So that was replaced. These were expensive. I think the speedometer was like $800, and this is like all my dealer costs. So, and the tach I think was like $900. So I replaced those, and then it's just like minor stuff here and there that usually adds up. So that's what happens. You start the car starts to nickel and dime you. A dollar here, a dollar there, and then next thing you know, you're 40, 50 grand into the car. But the major thing was really the PPF was really expensive, and then some of the the repairs that were done to the car in terms of mechanical stuff. Brakes are all brand new, all OEM rotors and pads all around, so that was done as well. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff here. I have a list on my website. You can go check it out, lemotorcars.com, if you want to get more information about this car. It has been tinted with PhotoSync Spectra. If you watch my videos, that's the only tint that I use on my cars. It's the best and it's the most expensive, and it's absolutely fantastic in terms of heat rejection. The windshield is also tinted, but it's pretty light. This is like 30%, so it's legal in most states. It's the company that here in Boca Raton that does phenomenal work, and they also tinted my my Beamer. This is a lot darker. This is 15%. But it's the same concept. I do the same thing to all my cars. Same thing, a little film on the windshield to protect it from rocks and chips and stuff like that. But like I mentioned, the list of stuff that I did to this car is on my website. So if you're interested, you can go check it out, see what I have done. I have all the receipts. It's a stack of this thick, and I'm asking 25 grand for the car, which I think is fair considering my investment and the fact that you just can't find stuff like this. Most of these cars, because they were cheap for the longest time, are beaten to death. It's very hard to find them, in this condition, and especially black on tan. That's a rare combination. It's not a perfect car. It's almost it's approaching 30 years. There's some imperfections here and there, but this is just to be expected, because just the simple fact that it's old, and it was used by the previous owner and it was used by me. I used it as a daily driver. But I kind of fixed everything in it, so I'm bored and I'm ready to move on. So that's about it for today for this Lexus. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.